What is up, guys? It is Michael Tanner from Absolutely Arbitrary, and to be completely honest, I'm having such a hard time finishing up this commentary. It is reckless. I think it's like the 4th or 5th time that I've had to do this, and this is probably the most attempts that I've had to do any commentary in quite a while. This is domination on Noobtown in Black Ops, and I know the beginning there skipped out. I'm not sure why my PVR did that, but it's not really a problem because the beginning, nobody really cares to see the spawn, and you're not missing out on any spawn nades, so I think everything's alright. One of the things that I want to talk to you guys about today is kind of personal time and the role that it plays in my life. Wow, look at that triple feed. Gotta love it. Gotta eat that right up. So, personal time, the role it plays in my life and some of the changes that it is kind of bringing me to make in my life because of it. Because, let me explain this to you guys. Let me stretch here. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, nice stretching. Is that recently in the past few months, my sister, her boyfriend, and their child, with a second one on the way, have moved back into my house, and because of this, the population went from 4 to 7, and they like to occupy the major rooms of the house, and so I don't get a lot of personal time in these rooms, or personal time in general, and I know that seems really selfish, but if you're not taking care of yourself, look at that beautiful turnaround on that man. If you don't get a lot of personal time, if you're not happy with your life, that is what's most important. If you're not happy, then screw everybody else because you come first, and there should be no exceptions to that, in any situation, really. I mean, of course, don't not think of other people, but if you're putting yourself in a situation where you're not satisfied or you're not happy, then it doesn't matter what other people think at that point, you know what I mean? So if you need to take changes in your life, then do so to make yourself happy, and that's kind of what I'm touching upon in this because, I don't have personal time, so the only time I really have myself is when I'm doing commentaries for YouTube, and in fact, even that is working around other people's schedules, which is, it's not the optimal way that I would want this to go down. I'd want it to go when I want to do it and how I want to do it and all that, but like right now, everybody in my house is watching the Walking Dead season premiere, and I don't really get into that show because if I did, then I wouldn't have this opportunity to do commentary. So they're all down there because I hate doing commentaries around my family because I feel they're a little bit more judgmental than they should be. Like my brother laughs and stuff when I do the commentaries for absolutely no reason, and I don't think my dad actually has a problem with it. He doesn't say anything or anything, but I just feel weird doing it around him, so I don't. And I'm working on getting my own setup in my room. And this is kind of the benefit of a later discussion, just a few minutes here. And actually, I lost my train of thought, so I guess I'll just hop into that. Is that one of the things that I want to change is possibly getting a job. Because the way things working now is when I come home from school, it's, 3 o'clock or whatever. And I want, if things were going perfectly, I'd come home and do a YouTube commentary or a YouTube video and whatnot. But that's not how it happens. Because my brother is usually on the computer and whatnot, and my dad's on his computer, and so everything's occupied. The TV's occupied, the computer's occupied. I have nothing to do, so I generally tend to fall asleep because I've been tired, because my sleep schedule's really messed up, and it's been like that since the summer, and it did improve a little bit, but it's still pretty shaky. So one of the ones I want to do is to kind of fix this, not just sleeping problem, but the problem of not having anything and feeling that productivity is not there, and that kind of having that gap of productivity, or that how do I want to say this, just that void, like I'm missing something in my day. Like if I don't produce a video, then I feel less productive, and it just doesn't feel like I've accomplished something. Or if I don't play video games, then I feel less accomplished. And I know these may seem kind of weird and kind of, in my own way, but that's kind of how it is. If I don't produce a video, if I don't play video games, I kind of feel like I haven't done much that day, which is kind of really weird, because like some of the days that I really do a lot, I feel like I haven't done anything if I haven't done some of these particular events. So I want to get a job, because if I get a job, it'll fix the sleeping schedule, because I won't have the option to take a nap halfway through the day, which means I'll inevitably be more tired by the time that I actually go to bed, so that I will be getting more sleep during the night and less sleep during the day, which is perfectly okay with me, because I would love to have a normal sleeping schedule again, which I feel would be beneficial to everybody, because then I'd be paying attention more in school, and I wouldn't be sleeping during the day and whatnot, and I feel like the world would go round. And then, one of the more obvious things from getting a job is, of course, the money. And I think some guy actually commented on one of my videos saying that one of the things that I say at the end of the video is just to increase the revenue that I get from the YouTube channel, And that's a great point and everything like that, except I haven't made a dime from YouTube, and I honestly don't plan on getting a partnership for a long time from now. And if I do end up making that decision, I will surely let you guys know, because that will be kind of a general YouTube discussion, because I'll be getting kind of a compensation for my time and whatnot. But I will discuss that way later on when that part comes. So I'll be getting money from this job, and with this money, I will be able to get a lot of things that I want. Not necessarily need, but a lot of things that I want, and a lot of things that I do need, actually, now that I kind of think about that. Because, of course, it's the fall, and this is where the college applications come in and whatnot. Not come in, but I mean, like, where they come into my life. And, I think I have like $300 in applications that I plan on spending, and I don't have $300 to spend on applications. So, obviously, I need this money from the job to support that. Oh, well, I don't know why my video is looping in my player. Okay, there we go. I don't have that kind of money to spend on applications, so I need that, as well as other things that I feel it would be appropriate by the time that I go to college if I want to continue this. Like, I want my own setup in my room, which would require, like a 19-inch HD TV, which is about $150 to $200, a new Xbox. For Christmas, I plan on getting a MacBook Pro. I'm saving up for that and working towards that. It's gonna be like a joint gift from a lot of my family, to pay off the difference, if you will, and whatnot. And then, of course, I want to get a DSLR camera, one that's not not excessively fancy, but one that will suit my needs, one that is able to take video, so that I can not only have that hobby of photography, but be able to produce better live footage for you guys if that comes to that case and whatnot. And just it's a nice tool to have and be able to use. And then on top of that, I want to, what else did I want to get? Software for the computer, obviously, because I plan on going to college for either video production, like cinematography, like film, or software engineering and whatnot. And I want to be able to have a good laptop for school, because it will optimize productivity in the sense that I won't have to work on somebody else's schedule. Ooh, sound familiar? Like right now? Yeah, kinda. And whatnot. I'll be able to do things at my pace and in my own personal space. Like my dorm in college, or my room right now if I got it by Christmas. And so I'll be able to work when I want to, how I want to, and where I want to, which is definitely a great aspect of having something like that. So and then I of course want the sum of money to save up for when I go to college, so that I am not going to college with absolutely no money in the bank. Because if an emergency comes along, I want more than just an emergency credit card, because I would rather not mess around with credit until I have to. And so I do want that kind of safety cushion of money before I head off to college. And so I feel like that getting a job would be kind of ideal at this point. I have not had a job in my entire life up until this point, or I want to get one by the end of the month, which is what, 2 weeks, if I was going to make that decision, which I think it is. But if I get a job, I'm not going to be able to do sports at my school, because I'm really just not going to have enough time to balance that anyways. And I'm kind of okay with that idea. I didn't do a sport this season, and I kind of want to, because it's a big social part of my life. And my social life has taken a critical hit, actually, with me not doing a sport this season. But I'm okay with that. So I'm really thinking about getting a job and increasing my personal time overall, and I think that would be the best outcome right now, is to get a job, because then it'll make everything else kind of fall into place. But that is it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Rate, subscribe, comment, which is actually what the guy made a comment on, is this little saying here. And take it easy, guys. Have a nice day.